How you doing, everybody? Oh boy, um, what a week! The um, when I was trying to describe what I like to talk about this week is sort of the benefits, if you will, you can call it that, of finding out that you know less than you thought you did about watches and watchmaking and so forth. So um, anyway, that's what I want to talk about today, is finding new stuff all the time. This morning, I was looking at my on High Horology Lounge, and Drew put up a note about this thing, and I maybe he did it yesterday. I'm not even sure because when I first saw it, I thought, you know, it's all kinds of stuff. But then I started looking at it carefully, and it was a movement that Vincent Calabrese had done with that didn't use a hairspring, and it comes from one of the ancient watchmakers. It was a mechanism, and I looked at the mechanism. I said, "My God, that must be for a clock." But no, I there was a little video and I ran it, and it was this hairspringless uh, mechanism for running a watch. It just I was fascinated by it, and that's on top of everything else I learned this last week. So anyway, I thought that's sort of fun. Um, One other thing that happened, I was going through my comments that they have on videos, and there was this one guy. I don't know where these guys come out, and and I let me mention this at the outset. Because somebody acts like a jerk about a Rolex, that doesn't mean that it's Rolex's fault. I mean, so somebody could act like a jerk about anything, and it's not the watch's fault. So let me preface with that. Well, anyway, his comment was that, you know, what are you talking about other watches for? The only one that's any good is a Rolex. I thought, what? And I realized is that this guy has solved all kinds of problems by not, I mean, horological ones, by putting his narrow view into a single brand of watches. And like I said, a lot of people, "Well, what do you expect from a Rolex owner?" Well, I don't expect anything. I mean, people like Rolexes, fine, and they're good watches. I mean, they're the king of the tool watch, I think, is what they call them. But you know, I just was thinking, gee whiz, how little fun is that? There was a quote that I found. I was going through some stuff, and Jean-Marc Viderec had said, one thing about horology, if it's not fun, what's the point? I thought, yeah, if we can have fun with horology, and this is the thing about it, if you have Rolexes, you love Rolexes, fine, enjoy them, you know, find out all about them. Uh, but on the other hand, there are other kinds of people, like to find out about all kinds of watches and all kinds of interesting things that they do. And so that's what I was going to talk about. Well, let me greet everybody. Thomas, Big Sal, hi Hater, Patrick, Tim, Tony, Nafirion, Tim, hi Tim. Um, let's see. Hey, another Thomas. We got more than one Thomas. We're allowed more than one. We're fortunate to have more than one, I should say. Abdul, how you doing? Um, oh, let's see. Who else we got here? Hey, Rancher. Did you get my oh man. Uh, Rancher, did you get my little note this morning? I've been running around. Let's see. Who else we got here? Okay, that's about it. Okay. So let me sort of go through some things. that I found interesting that I didn't know about. And like I said, if you look around for these things, there's always something really cool and always new to learn. And the biggest thing for me was was learning about all of the connectivity of the Swiss watch business, I guess. The There's something that is called, let me see if I have it here. Um, Let me see 1 second. Anyway, there's a trade show, okay? It's basically all of the suppliers of watch parts and watch this and watch that that they have in Geneva every year, I think. And of course, this last year, especially 2020, was really bad because of so much shutdown and so many problems with the pandemic. And so this year is becoming important because there are a lot of things. You go to a trade show like this, and somebody's got something, and then they say, "Hey, um, we really would like this." And so the person who is providing it, they got their own supply chain that goes back to, either some little cottage up in the, where Heidi lives up in the Alps, or or something else, And so it's a great time for everybody to come together, and those who are involved on Montreux's Séduisante, um, they were finding out stuff about that they could get for a watch, having meeting with suppliers and things like that, which is just was just great. I mean, this project this is what I've been learning from. Now, one of the things was all of these companies I'd never heard of before. It turns out that one company makes this, another makes this, another makes this, and another makes that. We basically had three: uh, the movement, the dial and hands, and of course, in the movement, right? Movement, dial and hands, and case. Case was the other one. So I figured, pretty simple. Well, it turns out that the dial maker that we wanted um, doesn't make hands. And okay, who makes hands? Well, the guys at Aguilar, he knew. He says, "Oh, so and so, I know so and so, and I can go talk to her. Her company makes the best dial, I mean, the best hands in the world. I mean, they're the most sought after. I'll put it that way." And so I thought, "Oh, if I didn't know that." And then I find out there was something that we had decided maybe it wouldn't be such a good idea to have a band, because if you have a band, like for example, this band is just a standard Gator band, but you try to send that through customs and they'll red flag it and send it back to the source. And so I thought, well, the easiest thing to do is just to have no bands at all. Well, the couple things that I forgot about: one, there's no buckle. You're going to need a buckle. And so, well, if they're okay, well, so he knows this company starts with a B, and I won't try to butcher it, but they're going to make the buckle for us. So that was something that I didn't know about, some other little detail. And then he knows another guy who makes straps. And I thought, well, I guess we probably should have some strap. And that doesn't mean that we can go out and get our own bespoke strap. And so that's another thing that's going into it. But I was thinking, comparing this is to going down to an AD and saying, "Hi, Joe, give me that Omega or this or that," or even going on to Chrono 24 or eBay or one of those places, or the watch box, and saying, "I want to buy that watch." Then you try to negotiate a little, and that's it. This has been much different. There's some advantages of it. One is that you're spending a great deal of time, and it takes a long time to go through this. And so That's important, you know, to know those things about all of this stuff. Got some more people that came. Hey, Andrew, how are you? Let's see, Simon, you're here. I see. Oh, let's see what else is going on here. Pepsi. Hi, Pepsi. Pepsi C. Tony. Okay. Okay. What's going on? Hi, Flippin' Zippo. Okay. Said hi to everyone. Let me see some of the comments where you're going with this. Okie doke. I'm glad some trade shows are opening up again, Thomas. Man, me too. It saves so much time. You meet somebody at a trade show, and also you can discover things at trade shows. I was at a trade show once, and this Japanese company had these robots. And I asked them, I said, well, can these robots be interfaced with the computer? And, and then, kids can play, put some stuff in and then unplug the robot and the old robot goes off and does what the instructions were. And they said, well, no, I can't do that. But could you make an interface and software for us that would do it? And so this other guy and I ended up starting up a little company that did that. We made the interface and so on and so forth. But it was at the trade show that we made the first connection. And for about a year or so, we made these things. And it was, it was sort of fun. Hey, good. Clyde, one of the things your Bon and Messier, I think, is one of those lessons, I believe, where you want to be sure you either have no band or a band of leather, calf leather, something like that. Otherwise, or textile, even better. So, okay, Planet Earth, what was that? How you going, Sander 8th from Oz? Oh, hi, Australia. Hi, Antonio. How you doing? Okay, dokie doke. All right, so let's see what are some other things. The one with the Jacquet 5000 and PF Jorn. The THA. Yes. This is another thing. The thing that Clyde just got. This is not, if you just know the brand, that's just the first step. The movement in the watch that Clyde just got is what makes it so interesting, so rare, so really, really a cool watch. On the other hand, you can, like this same thing with my Maurice Lacroix. Maurice Lacroix makes good watches. No one's going to start, panting over their high horology. But they had a Jacquet 736 in it, and there were some other ones with it. And so it becomes sort of an interesting watch to me. Who else likes Jacquet 736s and what they've done with them? Well, I don't care. I'm having fun with mine. And I think that's sort of the essence of really having fun with watch collection, is knowing that there's more to learn. And this is why I suppose these guys are saying, you got some little narrow-minded tool out there, and it's given watch collectors a bad name, I think. I was watching, there was a thing, Norm Macdonald died a few days ago, and there have been all of these things about him, and they had this one with him and a guy named David Spade was on with him, and they were joking and having a good time. And so David Spade had on this $80,000 gold Rolex and the gold band and gold everything. And, the thing was sort of like, it could have been a diamond earring with a Hope diamond for all I could, like, oh, I got this one. And it's sort of like, Okay, if you like those, that's fine. But okay, I'm not saying anything else about Rolexes. But it's sort of fun having some knowledge about watches because, when you look at that, you say, oh, okay, so that's what it is. Okay, doke. What else you guys doing? Flip and Zippo. Hell yes, huh? What is that? You should use Strapple Watch for your straps on. YouTube, great guy and honest. The quality is great too. Tim, I'll tell you something. I'm sure the guy is great. The the one that I found out about, I don't even know if they're advertised. But these would be sort of some really nice ones that, and we could have different options for them, I think. I think it would be probably a good idea since we're having a watch made is to, yeah, might as well, here they have all of this great thing. This company, it starts with a B, like something like Boucheron, something like that. I don't think that's the exact name. They're making the buckle. Now, they asked me, well, what he said, I was thinking of something like this and this and this. And I said, oh, that sounds cool. Now, the reason I did it, so that sounds cool. What do I know about buckle making? What do I know about buckle design? Zip. Really don't. Now, someone can say, well, I got buckles on my watches and I know a good buckle when I see one. That's good. There's my buckle. It's a H. Moser buckle and it's, perfectly good. But I got to tell you, it doesn't get much attention. All right. It's just a regular pin buckle. And there it is. The important things about buckles, if you lose one or misplace it, especially if they're made of gold or platinum, they'll cost you. They cost a lot to replace. Okay. Yeah. Chirping magpie. Who was that? Okay. Oh no, no, no! I wasn't talking about the chirping magpie, Clyde. that was this other guy. No, I. There's sort of these guys that go off on, they mouth off about everything, and they don't really they lack a certain element of humility, and the reason I think a certain amount of humility is important is because there's always more information, and you may find out something that you didn't know, and so when you're blabbing away about, well, this is the way things should be, you may find out that it's sort of like, maybe not. Clyde. Oh man. The only gold Rolex I would rock is the 36 millimeter two-tone date Jess. Okay, Thomas, that's one more than I would, but that's okay. It's like the last thing, I guess. I'm perfectly happy with watches made out of stainless steel. And some of my best watches are, but some aren't. So my one of my best watches is my Langenheim, and it's stainless steel. I'm perfectly happy with it. This is white gold. My Chronomet Souverain is platinum. You know. Now the guy who knows about platinum watches is Clyde. He's got this. He has a platinum watch that I envy, and he knows it. Okay. Hmm. Hey, Javi, how you doing, man? I think Abp straps and D straps are two good ones. I think so too, Abdul. The ones that um, were found for our project, Abdul, is another company in Geneva. But see, here's the thing: as long as they can go through customs without any problem, okay, that's what I care about. and there's two that I could, well, three that I can guarantee. Uh, One would be no strap at all and just get the buckle and the watch. The other would be a leather strap, calf leather or something like that, and the other would be textile. And that's sort of a those are the options. But the thing I like about um, the straps by AB, what are they called? ABC. I always call them ABC. They're AB something or other. What are they? Abdul, where's your comment? Uh, ABP, right? ABP straps. I have some by them, and they are just unbelievably good. They're excellent. You can get them bespoke too. I mean, you can say, "Hey, I like this stuff and this and this and this," and they're a little more expensive. Now, getting them here, I don't know what the deal is on that. I got mine. I had three. Friend was able to get them for me in Paris, and they sent them to me. And they didn't have anything written on the thing. It was sort of like it came in the same plain wrapping that Clyde has when he gets his Spanker's Weekly magazine. You can't tell anything about it, so it's nice and plain. So you get the straps from uh, ABP. Wonderful straps. Hi, Hong. Hi, how are you? Uh, okay, let's see. Oh, Gronfeld. Yeah, they ran out of watches. They're booked up. Like I don't even know if they're taking new orders because they're so back ordered on it. They're back ordered because they do everything by hand. God, those are great watches. Shell Cordovan would be my option for a high-end watch. Shell Cordovan. Ooh, okay, Hong. Um, I'm sticking with Aaron Bespoke. Oh yeah. I was looking. There's another thing that just to make me feel underwatch. Clyde sent me a picture of his watch, this incredible platinum watch that he has, and he had a new band on it, made it look even better. And so, yeah, that's another thing too. I suppose there are a lot of watch band companies, but getting a watch with no band, I guess it was we could get one that's sort of not the most expensive, but sort of a nice little band. Hey, William, how you doing, man? Watching the London Watch Show. Cool. Growing from about how do you service it? Tim, that's a good question. The watch that we're building, at some point, Agenor made it very clear we don't service watches, but they have a special feature on the watch that they're making for us that I don't think service is going to be that big of a problem for. There's so many things about this watch that just are going to be so cool. I can hardly wait till we get it. Doesn't Urban Jurgensen also do everything by hand, or is at least some of their models? I don't know. I do know that one of the things that they do by hand are the hands. They have this, they have observatory hands, which means that one of them has this big moon on the end of it and then a pointer, and the other one is just sort of straight. And the one with the moon on it, it's solid golds, and they make them all by hand themselves. I would imagine that Urban Jurgensen probably does a lot of it by hand. I don't know though for sure if they got a bunch of little elves in there working on them. Shell Cordovan would look great. I agree. I'll ask about that. Can we get is Shell Cordovan a type of leather that is not going to get stopped and have your watch sent back uh, by customs or sites? If it is, boy, that's something we ought to check out. Um, uh, Nephren. Okay. Let's see what else is going on. Okay. Cordovan Cordovan does clear. Okay. That's good to hear. I got to find out more about that, but that's sort of something that does sound worth considering. A nice brown Cordovan strap, that'd be nice. Okay, so what else is um, cooking uh, that you have? Shell Cordovans are also clear in my place too. Okay, good. That's good. Shell Cordovan. Let me write that down so I don't forget it. Um, why is it called shell? Horween. Okay, that will help. Let me get my pen out here. That's another thing I'm learning too. This group that we have getting this, making our own, getting our own watch made for us is we have such a great diversity. We got people from all over the world. Um, Horween Shell Cordovan. Okay. Okay. Bruce, is Bruce here? Hi, Bruce. Where are you? Say something, Bruce. Um, okay, doke. Let me see. Anything else new that you guys have? I I've been sort of flooded by new. The sizes could be deceiving. Try the First Cause. They have broad lugs. They would recommend get something around with 100 millimeters and in-house DUW if you can. Okay. Hey, Tony, what's up? Horoween is based in Chicago, one of the best quality sources commonly used in high quality shoe. Yeah, that's where I've heard it, Tony. I've heard it, Cordovan, having Cordovan shoes. Hi, Dinesh, how are you? Let's see. Rolex Cellini time worth buying. You know, if you like it, if you like Rolexes and you like Cellini, but to me, Cellini's is sort of the Dockers of dress watches. I'll put it that way. They're okay. I mean, but if you could have, I mean, if you could find lots of other watches, an H Moser, for example, instead of a Cellini, man, that to me would, well, at least that would be my choice. Okay, if you like Cellinis though, um, and you like the looks of them, and you'd be happy with one, then that's different. But I don't know. I'd get for a dress watch. I just don't think that's probably give you the options that you might have with H. Moser, Parmigiani. Who else? I used to say Brigade. Brigade would be something that came right off the top of my head. But I tell you, I just Patek Philippe, Brigade, and some of these other ones are all starting to shove in the silicone hairsprings. And if you're okay with those things, fine. I'm not, but that's me. Uh, the thing I do like about Rolexes, including a Cellini, right, there's only one, I guess it's called the Pearl Diver or Pearl Master. That's it. The Pearl Master is one of their women's watches, and I think it's the only watch or one of the few watches where they do have the silicone hairspring. But for the most part, all of the other watches, which is like 99% of them, have the parachrome hairspring, which is zirconium and niobium, which to me is like, that's like real watchmaking of some sort. Whereas, you start sticking in these other things. I don't know. Why not plastic plates and bridges? They're non magnetic and yada yada yada. All of the things that they give for um, all of the benefits that are of silicon. Okay, nylon escapement. Yeah, I mean they got all kinds of things you can put in there. It's just something that I don't care for. I don't want to spend a lot of money on stuff that sort of to me is going down the wrong path. Do we agree on any inscription on the case back that is not glass? Yes, yes, Abdul. Let me show you real quick. On the back of the case, I really like this. Chris came up with this. It's going to say, I think this is going to be around the bottom. It's going to have this, boom, and then around the top, it's going to have Voutilanen and Kalin. So I think that'll look pretty cool. And the numbering will be from 01 to how many we have. It's right now it's over 50, and so we got that's it. It just ran out of time. Okay, William, thanks, man. Got to run, guys. Be back at 4 today, and there will be more news and stuff. So everyone, be safe, take care, and try not to get hurt. Have a summary of what's decided for the time being. Yeah, Pepsi. I'll be doing that tomorrow. We have our special one that we have for the people in the group. Okay. Well, that's a good question too. 50 is a good amount. Yeah, it's yeah, trying to deal with everybody. Okay, guys, take care, be safe, and hasta la vista.